how did you feel Deathloop compared, like, difficulty wise? Because obviously there's that learning curve, but how was it beginning for you?
So this was the thing. And I've taken a long time to get to this point, so I'm sorry. But I put off Deathloop because of that fear that I was just not going to be good at it. And it was 10 out
Yeah.
of 10 reviews, left, right, and center, potential Game of the Year award contenders, all that kind of stuff that made me think, okay, Black Friday sale, I'm going to get it. And I got it,
Yeah.
popped it on. First hour of that game, I thought, oh my God, this is exactly like Dishonored. I've made the biggest, I've made such a mistake here, And
Yeah.
and then an hour later, I was just a badass in the game. Something about the
Yeah.
learning curve of this game is incredible.
Yeah.
You go from
Yeah.
nothing to, like, you go from really struggling to just incredible in no
Yeah.
time at all. And it's so much fun because of that. What was your
Yeah.
experience with that?
So I am a gamer. I play somewhat on, like, a lot of online games, somewhat hardcore games, but I don't like try to, be the best or have like a clan or anything. Um so my experience difficulty wise was pretty smooth sailing the whole game. Um Almost to the point where it could have been a little bit more difficult, but then I would get killed randomly and be like, okay, well now I got to start the loop over. And I was so far into that stupid Charlie's game, and I would mess that up and ruin the loop and then have to restart. So it was kind of a good balance, I think, because just whenever I thought it was too easy, I would get too lazy with my playthrough and ruin something. So I think there's a good balance there.
Tell
Um,
people listening, if they don't know what this game is about, tell them what this game is about.
so it's about Colt, who wakes up on a beach and basically relives the same day every day. Um, and to break this loop, he has to kill all of these visionaries, is what they're called, within the same day, and then he hopes to break the loop.
And it's all set
Um,
on an island. And if I was to describe it as, it's 4 stages that you will play again and again and
yes,
again. And if you die, you go all the way back to the beginning and you lose everything
yes,
unless you've, done your kind of your due diligence. And you will kill the same people again and again and again. And everybody's exactly where they were before. And it's a first person game.
depending on what time of the day you're there,
Depending on
though,
what time of your
which is
day,
interesting.
which
Yeah,
is, but also you can set your watch, like you can learn
yeah,
everything
yeah,
in this game, like. And to make matters worse, a player can come in and invade you. Another player, like I could come into your game and
yeah,
screw up your
yeah.
whole progress, right?
Which I saw there is a friends element, like where
Yeah.
you can join a friend's game.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it yet, but
But doesn't that sound like it could be the worst game on the planet or the most frustrating game on the planet? You know what I mean? And it is
it does. Yeah, yeah,
and it is a lot of people's game of the year. It's, I know Forza, is it Forza Horizon? It's kind of
yeah, yeah.
it's kind of taken a lot of the game of the year awards. But before that came out, I think,
Polar opposite games.
yeah, yeah, totally. But before that came out, I think Deathloop was a slam
Yeah,
dunk.
yeah,
And for, I think PlayStation fans, PlayStation users, it is their game of the year for a lot of people. I
yeah,
would not have guessed that from the beginning.
yeah. Right.
Yeah. It's
Yeah. Well, and I think what's interesting is it does kind of feel like a smaller budget.
hmm,
It's not. It doesn't have your big cinematic cutscenes. The story isn't super complex. It's all contained to the same 4 levels. Even though, like, it's somewhat open world within those 4 levels, it's not a true open world, which
hmm,
so many games have just resorted to lately.
yeah.
Um, so I find that refreshing because it isn't that. It's so meticulously designed
Hmm,
to be played over and over and learn forward and fail forward. That it's I think that that's what makes it so playable and replayable, which is interesting. That I heard this game design or I heard it uh, that it was compared to um, like a grindy game, and I didn't think about grinding while I was playing that game until I heard somebody liken it to that, and
Yeah,
I, I hate grinding,
yeah,
but I can see it.
yeah. You see, I came off Demon Souls and went straight onto this game, and
Yeah,
if you haven't played Demon Souls is very much that old school approach to game design, which is it's hard. The game is constantly trying to push you back. It's very much, it's very unforgiving, and
yeah,
the satisfaction comes from winning. The satisfaction comes from being able to get that step forward that you couldn't get before.
yeah,
Um, and I went straight into this, and I was like, wow, this is exactly the same as Demon Souls in terms of its actual principles, the design
yeah,
principles.
yeah,
It's very much the idea of we're going to punish you for making a mistake. But I think the difference is we're going to make it in a way where you're not afraid to make mistakes. And we're going to do it
yeah,
in a way
yeah,
where it's not about learning how to beat the boss, or it's not about learning how to where the enemies are going to be. Like, I think a lot of Souls games are built on the idea of it's more about
yeah,
just remember there's a guy hiding behind that corner, you know.
yeah.
Whereas
And
in
you have 2 hits until he's gonna strike,
yeah,
and then you got to block.
exactly, yeah,
Yeah,
it's very much a memory retention experience.
yeah,
There's definitely components like that in Deathloop, but Deathloop is very much in the idea of empowering you as early as it can within the conceit of within the confinements of the narrative. You know, it
yeah,
wouldn't make sense in the narrative for you to be guns blazing from the very beginning, like some games would.
yeah,
But as soon as the game can afford to give you power and to give you weapons and to give you opportunities rather to take them, because that's one thing, that flexible freedom is a kind of word thrown around quite a lot in game design, but this does give you the freedom to kind of approach how you want to power up, how the kind of weapons you want to accumulate, and so on. It doesn't really affect your kind of trajectory through the story, through the game, I think, that much. In the end, it's not going to be long before you'll get all of the kind of the same stuff as everybody else anyway. But it is very much the
yeah,
idea of
yeah,
let's empower the player so they can have fun with this game. I don't think I have
yeah.
fun with Demon Souls. I don't think I have fun with like I love The Last of Us, right? But I don't have fun with
Yeah,
that game. I immerse myself deeply into the world and the
yeah,
characters, and I have that great emotional connection with them. And it's
yeah,
tense and
yeah,
it's exhilarating and all that kind of stuff. But I don't feel like I can just screw around and have fun. I
yeah.
feel like I can have a lot of fun with Deathloop, and yet it's a game that for many is like, oh, don't mess up because you go back to the beginning. But
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
like that actually. It's
yeah,
I always remember when I was a kid, everyone was talking about Metal Gear Solid, this game about a guy who's got 24 hours to save the day, right? And
mhm,
and I remember thinking, I remember saying it to a friend of mine in school. Oh, is there like a ticking clock? Because I always hated games that had like ticking clocks in them. And he said, "Oh no,
yeah,
that's just the
yeah.
story. That's just the story." And I remember, oh, okay. So then I bought the
Yeah,
game, and I love Metal Gear Solid. Uh,
yeah,
this feels very much like the loop mechanic. It isn't. It's very much a part of the every aspect of the game. Like it's embedded into everything. But what's great about it is you can skip. Like if you died in the evening, you can just skip back to the
yeah.
evening again. So it doesn't punish you. It doesn't make you
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
travel all the way through the day again. Which I think
yeah,
lesser game designers would have done that.
yeah, exactly, and I think that the another point to that is whenever I first started the game, I was like, if I wake up on this beach and have to walk this up this hill, open this door, pick up the hack-a-majig every single time, I am going to put this game down.
Yeah.
And then it's like what 3 loops in, it's like, okay, you wake up on the beach and then it cuts to your menu screen. And I was like, thank God. And that's good game design because they knew that at some point this is going to be too much.
But
So
isn't it clever that they don't just do away with the whole walking back from the beach after the first go? They wait a few times. You know, they make you wait. They make you do
yeah,
it two or
yeah,
three times, as you say, and then they
yeah,
kind of say, "All right, we'll shortcut you to the menu, and you can just jump into where you need
yeah.
to go." Um, and I think what's
Well,
great.
oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, what I think is great about that is it allows you to still hold on to that idea that there is a punishment of sorts if you die and you have to reset the
Yeah,
loop, even though there's really not.
yeah, yeah.
You know, it's not really that. There's no real punishment. You're not actually going all the way back. You are in terms of the narrative, but your gameplay experience doesn't actually go back.